Hello, I wanted to take a moment just to talk you through my project and how I put it together. I created a birthday card, and the birthday card is for Udacity, so the idea is happy birthday to you, as you can see in the sketch. Um, it's a very simple app. I've used an image view for the background, uh, a large JPEG, and I reduced the size of that so that it was about 100 kilobytes, so it didn't overload the phone. Um, and then in the very center of the screen, I've added a text view, which I've given the ID of middle, which is where the word to is. And above that, I have another text view with the ID of top, and that's where the words happy and birthday go. And then beneath the word to, I've got an image view, which has an SVG image in it so that it's transparent and I can make it the correct color to match with the browns of the background. And the interesting thing about this is that the word to is centered right in the middle of the screen, both vertically and horizontally. And the positioning of the top bit of text and the bottom image view is done relative to the word to, with just a little bit of padding to make things nicely spaced out on the screen. So that's the sketch, and this is what the app ended up like here. And then after a bit of suggestions from one of the mentors, I took away the action bar so that it looks like this, which is a lot slicker. The action bar really isn't needed. So that's the app that I ended up with, and I'll show you how I created it. So here's my code that I created on the screen, and this is the activity main XML that we have. And I'd just like to point out a few things that I did, which was a little bit different. The first of these is that I used fonts that you can find on Google Fonts. So I used a lobster font that I've used on a few websites before to give it a bit more of a earthy feel. So I used that for the ID top, and I used it for the word to, which has got the ID of middle as well. Another thing to point out is that I've used strings here so that the app knows that it's a string. So I've created two strings. The one for the top I've called S top, and the one for the middle I've called S middle. And the strings are defined in strings.xml. So you can see here that when I did have the top of the app name there, that was defined here, but then this is where happy birthday and to are defined in that strings XML file. The other things I've defined are my colors. So I chose this brown color, which I called my brown. So that's my own name for the color, and that's defined in colors.xml. You can see this line here, my brown. I did experiment after some feedback from one of the other students with a lighter greenier color, my green, but that wasn't so easy to make out on the screen. It was a great suggestion, but I just thought it was harder to read. Then the other thing I'd like to point out is just in my style sheet, this is where I got rid of the action bar at the top. I added in this line at the suggestion of the mentor, so it's got window no title is set to true. And the only other thing that's slightly different about my app is the use of an SVG file, scalable vector graphics. And you see a lovely little thumbnail of the graphic there, and this allowed me to make it transparent in whatever color I wanted, and that's using this source compat file. So that is my app. Thank you very much.